Are these just words? Or are these words who I am? See, I'm beginning to understand that a woman's worth is her work, not her plan, so where do I stand? When my actions don't always match what I speak, feeling like I'm living this life in deceit. Praying and wishing that God would give me what I seek, but my ancestors say, when you pray, also move your feet. So it's time for me to practice what I preach, to act as I teach, to move as I reach. But it just don't come easy. Feel like I've been lost off my path, seeking some kind of majestical force to lead me. But now I recognize that help comes from the power we attain when we seek guidance from self. When we not only open up our eyes, but open up our minds, clearing ourselves from the blinds that keep us disconnected from the divine. Only then are we able to chime into the inner power that allows us to carry on God's work in the midst of inner conflictions and exterior contradictions that leave us unsure of our worth. See, I was left feeling disillusioned, like a little girl lost in a maze, stuck in the daze, stuck in confusion, unclear where to go, so she stretches herself in all four directions, not allowing her to grow. Feeling stagnant or worse to the state of regression, spent too much time in my life second-guessing or fixated in the past and stressing that I have halted my own progression. But I will rise. As I look into the deep, dark, cloudy skies, I see my ancestors' eyes, and through the winds, I hear the sounds and moans of my ancestors' cries. We are with you. And through your words and songs, you allow our legacy to carry on and survive. But when you give up, the very essence of our people will die. So please try. Continue to learn and grow and rediscover who you are. You are beautiful, and your light brightens this world like a shining star. Know your worth, because knowledge of self is the only way you can get far. So never let anyone turn you around. And when his life gets you down, resist that temptation to formulate a frown. Instead, proclaim with a sound that's profound, that you shall rise.
The following does not constitute an angry black woman. I told you about yourself and you didn't like it. You spoke and then I decided to have a rebuttal instead of batting my pretty eyes and agreeing. I have a brain. I write poetry that is about empowerment and not sex or love. I never put a timeline on when I should be married, but I did put one on when I should have my JD or PhD or whatever D I decide to get. I don't laugh at all of your jokes. I say things that make you feel uncomfortable. I tell you if it's just not working out, wherever that may be. I say no. I have an opinion. I walk into the room and for whatever reason that is not my problem, you suddenly feel a little bit intimidated. I send emails where every sentence doesn't end in an exclamation point or an emoticon. Dear Joe, thanks so much for your help. Smiley face, smiley face. I know what I want out of life. I scare you. I just don't like you, I rub you the wrong way. You flat out just don't like me and can't admit that baby that is a personal problem. See, if I had something that looked only a little bit different down there, all of those aforementioned qualities would just make me human, normal, average. Instead, because of what's below and what's on the surface, you have decided to label me an angry black woman. You've made up in your pea of a brain that because I say what's on my mind or because I don't get all giddy when you enter the room that I must not cry. I must not laugh. I must not sit in bed like a corpse for 2 days after my boyfriend breaks up with me, wondering how I'm supposed to fit the remaining pieces back together. I must not get inspired or moved by people or quotes. I must not hurt. I must not fixate on the fact that I hate when you touch my stomach because it's too fat, or I hate when you look at my silhouette a little too long after sex because you might see an imperfection that my eyes never noticed. I must not enjoy random hookups or cranberry vodkas. I must not do anything besides read or write. I must hate men. I must not think men are some of the most beautiful creatures on this earth, and my life would be so colorless without them. I must be perfect. I must be a straight edge, right? Headed toward a life of only college degrees to keep me warm at night. I must be destined to have 10 cats and no man. I must not have a heart. If a white man yells at his employees, it's the norm. If a white woman does it, maybe you'll throw an expletive her way, but it's the norm. Hispanic, Asian, just mad. But a black woman, oh, she must be an angry black woman. If the angry black woman stands for strong, assertive, no-nonsense, logical, realistic, opinionated, you should become better friends with a thesaurus. Woman first, black always, angry